weather right down to your neighborhood. The power of Doppler 5000.
Coming up next on News Channel 5 at noon, million-dollar boats make waves on Lake Erie. We're live at the East Lake Grand Prix. A new phase in the war on terror. How will the military hunt down al-Qaeda forces? A memorial in the works to honor the children who've been murdered. We'll tell you how you can get involved. Plus, it's a beautiful day at the lake, but will it be beautiful all across Northeast Ohio? Forecaster Stephanie Roberts has the dependable forecast. News Channel 5 at noon starts right now.
First in Ohio, News Channel 5. This is News Channel 5 at noon.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to News Channel 5 at noon. I'm Tracy Carlos. We'll get to those stories in just a minute, but first, time now to get a check on the weather forecast with Stephanie Roberts and a beautiful weekend.
Oh, it has been wonderful. So sad that the holiday weekend is wrapping up, but the good weather looks like it's going to hang around for a couple of more days. Outside right now, look at those wonderfully comfortable temperatures in the mid and upper 70s. You can see the live weather data updating. 78 in Boston Mills, 79 Medina, 74 out in Chesterland, and 79 degrees in Akron. As we go throughout the rest of the day, here's what you can expect for dinner time. Temperatures heading up to our highs in the low to mid 80s. Great night for a barbecue. Very cool and comfortable overnight tonight. And as you head back to work after the long holiday weekend next week, sunshine will continue. We actually need rain, though, and we do have some in the 5-day forecast. We'll show you that in a couple minutes.
All right. Thanks, Stephanie. Well, it is a beautiful day to be on the lake sailing in a million-dollar boat. However, in East Lake today, it's not a relaxing ride at all. News Channel 5's Tony Gaskins is live at the annual East Lake Grand Prix. Tony, I imagine these boats can go pretty fast, right?
Very, very fast, Tracy. The Roar by the Shore is next weekend, as we all know, but this is the Roar off the shore, and it's this weekend. Believe it or not, these boats can travel almost as fast as the Cleveland Grand Prix racers will next weekend. These boats are packed with 1,000 to 2,000 horsepower, can reach speeds of up to 140 miles an hour, believe it or not, and they're here in East Lake, some from as far away as California, to race in the Great Lakes Silver Cup. Offshore racing is nothing new to Northeast Ohio, and it's quickly gaining popularity, and Lake Erie is becoming a major venue. And like every race, there is an element of danger.
Boats can go pretty fast. They have really good safety regulations now, and they really keep an eye on that. But boats do flip over. It happens. But I think, you know, one of the things that I look at is when I'm out pleasure boating, or most recreation boaters, they don't have access to the emergency facilities or the medical teams that are out when we're out on a race course. So they really keep that under wraps.
Tracy, this race is about is exactly 8 laps in length, and the boats will travel 42 miles. It lasts about an hour and a half before the winner crosses the finish line. The boat's worth between $5,500 and $500,000 for the cigarette boats. Tracy?
Okay, Tony, thanks very much for your live report this noon time. A sad ending to a family reunion. An 8-year-old Cleveland boy drowned while swimming in a hotel swimming pool in Detroit. 2 adults were supervising the boy, but police say they lost sight of him after getting out of the pool and going into the hotel. They found him later on the bottom of the pool. The family is asking no more information be released to the media. An Ohio father's behind bars this afternoon. He's charged with felony child endangering. He's accused of leaving his 4-year-old son strapped in a car seat all night long. The man called police saying he was an alcoholic and couldn't remember where he left his son. The Columbus boy was dehydrated, but this noontime is okay. The war in Afghanistan is entering a new phase. A senior U.S. officer involved in the fighting tells the Washington Post the war is over militarily for the moment. He says the remaining operations will likely be carried out by small groups of special forces and CIA operatives. The change marks a shift in operation from just a few months ago when U.S. soldiers swept the country for al-Qaeda positions. He says this next phase of battle will be much tougher than last winter's bombing. Thousands turned out for the funeral of slain Afghan Vice President Abdul Qadir. Armed soldiers patrolled the area to prevent trouble at the services. The longtime Pashtun leader was assassinated in Kabul yesterday. The government appears to be gearing up for mass smallpox vaccinations. The New York Times is reporting that 500,000 healthcare and emergency workers will get the shots. Manufacturers are working on making more of that smallpox vaccine. However, tests found in case of emergency, the nation's stockpile can be diluted and the vaccine will still prevent the disease. A nationwide alert this noontime. Police are looking for a stolen truck trailer filled with almost a ton of hazardous chemicals. The chemical is a heavy concentrated cleaning solvent. It's not flammable, but it can be dangerous if it comes in contact with skin. Police found the truck's cab ditched alongside the Florida Turnpike just south of Miami. The trailer and cab were stolen from a fenced-in lot on Thursday. More security changes at our nation's airport. The new government agency responsible for airline security will now put armed law enforcement officials throughout public areas of airports. The move is in response to the shooting at Los Angeles International Airport. With all the new hassles of flying, long lines, security checks, and that shooting at LAX, passengers are looking for different ways to get around. Here in Cleveland, many are taking the matter into their own hands by becoming pilots themselves. As News Channel 5's Angie Lau reports, many Northeast Ohioans are literally taking control of their own flights.
Briefcase check, flight equipment check. Call it the new executive gear for Cleveland area business people like Carl Gideon. Air schools here and across the country are seeing more students like Carl tired of commercial flying post 9/11.
When an incident happens, you have to do everything you can to protect everyone, but in my instance, it just shuts me down for the day.
At Cleveland Air Sports, the increase has been dramatic.
After 9/11, I think probably the number of students that we have has definitely increased. I mean, our company has probably at least doubled in size.
So today, another lesson closer to getting a pilot's license.
Brakes release. Okay, normal takeoff.
And then freedom from long lines and delays. And when it comes to security, when you're the pilot and you know all your passengers, safety is assured. And the cost?
For me, it was actually less expensive to do this than possibly take some of the commercial flights I've been going on.
More than 200,000 of the 215,000 planes flying in the United States right now are small private planes. And industry experts say that number will only grow as security breaches continue to frighten and frustrate travelers.
Security breaches like this one at Hopkins in May and the recent shooting that left 2 dead at LAX.
Many people that I've talked to who used to fly regularly on the airlines don't do that anymore, just because of the inconvenience, the extra delays.
Getting somewhere in the same amount of time you would have had to wait at the airport. For those whose time is money, this is the new way to do business.
News Channel 5's Angie Lau reporting for us. There are more than 100,000 flights from Burke Lakefront each year. Security has been tightened there, too, since 9/11. And since the latest federal security warning about terrorists possibly targeting private planes, pilots at Burke are even now more cautious than before. The 93rd Annual NAACP National Convention is underway right now. The 5-day convention, called Freedom Under Fire, is expected to draw a huge number of people to the Houston area. Among the topics at this year's convention, academic disparities between white and minority students in public schools. Last year, the organization wanted each state to come up with a 5-year plan to reduce that gap, and so far, Ohio still hasn't submitted one. The convention will end on Wednesday. Michael Jackson's record company denied his allegations the industry is racist and cheats artists. Jackson and the Reverend Al Sharpton formed a coalition with attorney Johnny Cochran to investigate whether artists are being financially exploited by record labels. Sony issued a statement saying Jackson's remarks are ludicrous, spiteful, and hurtful. Jackson's latest album, Invincible, has had disappointing sales. Well, still to come on News Channel 5 this noontime, a project to honor our county's kids who've been victims of violence is closer now to becoming a reality. We'll tell you about the project and how you can help and get involved. Plus, catching more Z's can add up to more brain power. We'll tell you why. And Stephanie Roberts is up next with a forecast that you can depend on. News Channel 5 at noon continues in just a moment. It is a dream for an area organization, and it's just now days away from becoming reality for survivors, victims, and voices. It's a memorial to honor the children who have been victims of homicide. Joining us this afternoon is Judy Martin from Survivors Victims of Tragedy and Art McCoy from Black on Black. Thanks for joining us, you two.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Judy, let's start with what is this project all about?
This is about remembering all of the children in Cuyahoga County, the children and the young adults who have been murdered. We've lost over 800 kids between the ages of birth through 25.
Some pretty startling statistics.
Yes.
Why, Art, do you think that it's important that we have this temporary wall, this wall put up? Right now we have a temporary monument, right?
Well, as you travel all across the city, you can look on abandoned buildings and abandoned walls and see the names of R.I.P. rest in peace, John or Bill. And so what these young people are trying to do, they're trying to figure out ways to heal and stop the pain. So this great memorial wall will be one way that they can come, look at the name of their loved ones and friends, and start the healing process.
Let's take a look at some of the video of where that wall is going to be. Right now, that is your temporary wall, right, Judy? And this is the site of the permanent wall that's to be put up?
It's what I call the temporary permanent wall, because we are hoping to build a granite wall. But in the meantime, we want to have a place for family and friends to come and remember their children, their loved ones, their friends, their relatives. Because not only is my youngest son on there, but like I said before, over 800 kids.
This has been kind of a personal crusade for you. You lost your son to violence. Why do you think it's important that they have, that survivors and families have a place that they can come to?
Because we don't want any more children added to that wall. And so the wall is not only for those of us that have lost a child to violence, it's hopefully for those families to stop and think about what their kids are doing, where they're going, why they're there, to teach about love and peace and tolerance, bring back some respect and patience, courtesy, so that we can stop adding names to this wall. We add so many names to this wall, it's just so heartbreaking.
The money is coming out of your own pockets for this project, so obviously you all feel that it is important.
Yes, it is.
That's correct.
We have to get it done, and hopefully this will be a step towards the permanent wall.
You're looking for volunteers?
Yes.
What can people do to help?
We need people that want to come and help us make that building look better, paint it, clean it up. On August 2nd at 7 p.m. is when we're going to unveil the wall on Page and Euclid. That's the first day of the Love Fest, which Black on Black sponsors.
All right, real quick before we go, why do you think it's important that you do it on that day?
It's important on that day because it'll take us that long to get it all together and to be able to unveil it. You saw how that building looked now. But on August the 2nd at 7 p.m., when we unveil it, it will be something awesome. We'll have all the many of the families of the victims there to share their grief and pain. And it's so important because that's the opening day of Love Fest 2000, the biggest festival in East Cleveland. So that's when all the people will be there, and that's when it's the best time to unveil it.
All right, Art and Judy, thank you very much for joining us this noontime. If you would like to help make this memorial happen, either by volunteering or donating money or materials, you can call Judy or Art, and there's the number on your screen, 216-586-7398 or 216-731-6981. Thanks again for coming in. All right, when we come back, forecaster Stephanie Roberts lays out the forecast for the rest of the day and the beginning of the work week. And after that, power napping may do more than just let you rest your eyes. You might actually get a little smarter. We'll tell you about that. Plus, did you see the Tribe versus the White Sox? If not, that's okay. Chris Miller has our highlights. It's all coming up on News Channel 5 at noon.
WNCX and Extreme Radio, part of the News Channel 5 Radio Weather Network. Cleveland Public Schools could be flushing millions of dollars down the drain. It's one of the most staggering wastes of money we've ever uncovered. Thursday at 11 on News Channel 5.
Cash Explosion Double Play every Saturday night at 7:30 on this station. It's a blast.
Keep your child safe with a free car seat safety checkup. For a location near you, call 844-2277. Buckle down, Cleveland, from Ganley Auto Group and News Channel 5.
Once that humidity broke, when was that? the 5th of July.
Right.
It's like you could really feel a difference in the air, and it's been like that ever since.
It's been very pleasant, and even as temperatures climb in the mid-80s today and even tomorrow, because it's not so sticky, it's not nearly as oppressive.
Doesn't feel
It's
bad.
just pleasant.
Right.
It's just summertime, and we definitely have had a great holiday weekend of summertime weather. 78 degrees, sunny. We had some little ones splashing around in the fountain earlier, finding ways to stay cool. We are headed to the mid-80s today, so it's a perfect day to head to the lake or the pool and enjoy the end of the holiday weekend. I think lots of folks probably a little sad to get back to the routine tomorrow. 78 right now in Hopkins, 79 in Lorain, 77 Worcester, 77 Akron, Canton, and off to the east, 80 degrees in Ashtabula. Tons of sunshine out there. Visible satellite showing very clear conditions across the area. We've actually seen a little bit of haze blowing in over the lake and off into Pennsylvania. It's smoke from some wildfires up in Canada. We're really not looking at any cloud cover today, but if you do see a little bit of haze here and there, that is what that is from. A good day to be out in the lake. Winds will be coming onshore this afternoon, but it's going to be pretty quiet. Winds only 5 to 10 knots, so I know some of the sailors not all that happy about that. Waves, though, very minimal, less than 2 feet, and a water temperature a comfortable 72 degrees. Combination satellite and radar shows that once again, most of the Midwest enjoying a very wonderful holiday weekend. We're going to keep the cloud cover up to the north because high pressure does remain in control of our weather at the surface. We are looking back to Chicago, where the Tribes playing an afternoon game against the White Sox. No problems with weather there. The rain is farther back to the west that we are watching because this could be our next weather maker, and it's still a good 48 hours away. If we widen the view out a little bit, you can see some scattered showers back in Iowa, also some more rain back in the Dakotas. This is part of a low pressure system and an associated cold front that is going to take a trip across the Midwest. It's just going to take a while for it to get here. So over the next couple days, this is what we're watching. The high pressure from today slides a little bit east for tomorrow, a little bit warmer tomorrow. Once we get on the backside of the high, winds come from the south. The southern breezes may make it just a little stickier, too, so you may feel a little bit more humidity tomorrow with the temperatures in the mid-80s. For Tuesday, the frontal system gets a little bit closer, and we're going to put in a chance for some scattered rain Monday night and then throughout the day on Tuesday. And we need the rain relief. As far as the year goes, we're not in a drought. We're actually about normal for precipitation. But in terms of June, we're 3 inches behind. It was a very dry June, so I know the farmers and the gardeners looking forward to some rain. So we'll watch that for Tuesday. For today, no rain, 84, sensational, warm and pleasant with very light winds. Overnight tonight, 63, clear, comfortable. And for tomorrow, more the same, even a little bit warmer, but plenty of sunshine. 87 tomorrow's high. 5-day forecast shows a chance for rain coming in Monday night and into the day on Tuesday. And then after that, we dry out again for the rest of the week with seasonal temperatures right around 80. But we actually need that rain Tuesday. I think a lot of folks hoping that does actually happen. A UV index is a 9 today, so wear the sunblock if you're heading out.
Yeah, even if you're only out for a short time.
Lots of sun.
All right. Thanks, Stephanie. In tennis action this morning, Leighton Hewitt won Wimbledon, there we go, men's championship over David Nalbandian. The 21-year-old Austrian crushed him in a straight set to win his second Grand Slam title. Also in sports, the Indians and the White Sox will take the Tribe, and they'll add to their record. And the Cleveland Rockers rocking the hall. News Channel 5's Chris Miller has today's sports wrap.
Jason Phillips made his first major league start for the Tribe yesterday against Chicago. Phillips 6-4 in 14 starts in AAA Buffalo with an ERA of 3.13. Here we go. This is Little Big Sports. We'll send it back to you. We'll see you tonight at 6 and during Toyota Sports Sunday.
After the news, go ahead, take a nap. It'll help you remember what we just told you. In today's On Your Side Health Report, researchers found that midday napping seems to boost information processing and learning. In that study, researchers found a 30-minute nap restored a person's performance. Snoozing for an hour actually improved test scores. And stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's one email you'll look forward to. Get your very own news preview from News Channel 5's Ted Henry. Brought to you by Pizza Hut. You sign up today on newsnet5.com. Closed captioning is brought to you by the Ohio Lottery.
The News Channel 5 Jefferson Awards, honoring outstanding efforts of volunteers in our hometown.
It's not uncommon to come down here and see him cutting grass in the morning, dispensing medications in the afternoon, and then the next day he's out looking for more funding.
Walt Ritzman is the man with the healing prescription for those who visit the Barberton Community Health Clinic. A pharmacist by trade, Walt volunteers his time to help the 250 patients a month which come through the clinic's doors.
I've been in the medical field all my life, and I just think it's something that needs to be done, and I enjoy doing it and have the time to do it too. So
his work goes beyond the pharmacy. Walt is also president of the board and has the responsibility of raising funds to supply the needed health care in his community.
How much? For these things, you'll take two at bedtime and then 2 at mid-morning. It's working with people, and a lot of times it's more than the medicine too. It's just the conversation that you have with them and being able to help them that way too.
Seems to just put in so much time and effort, and it's all just from the bottom of his heart, and for the people who come here and need health care services in the area.
It is a commitment of health that spans 13 years, and Walt's greatest reward is seeing his neighbors healthy again.
They're so happy and thank us for them feeling better. Why, you know, that's the satisfaction.
For News Channel 5, I'm Leon Bibb.
The following is a paid commercial program. WEWS assumes no responsibility for its content.